Hey there everybody, Matt here from Matt's Trains and Tractors. It's been a little while since my last upload in general, but it certainly has been a while since my last tractor related upload. I do apologize for that, but now I have actually encountered a problem on my 1990s Craftsman lawnmower or lawn tractor over here, and I figured I'd make a video about it because it might actually happen to one of your tractors. So let's check out what's going on here. First, we have to move the Massey Ferguson out of the way. If you guys follow me on Instagram, you'll know that the Massey Ferguson has been in our arsenal, I guess you could say, for a few months now. So I will be making a video on that soon. I'm still trying to learn all the things about the tractor because with modern tractors nowadays, especially farm-sized tractors like the Massey, there's so much to know. So let's move that out of the way and then let's start working on the Craftsman. Let's see what we got going on the hood. As you can see, I've been taking it apart a little bit, and the parts that cover up the flywheel and air filter are over here. And this is the new part that came in, so let's talk about what we need to work on. So for those of you who are a little lost right now, which is totally fine, I really haven't done the best job at explaining things, the lawnmower died out on Friday. It is currently Wednesday, the 18th of August, so the mower died out on Friday. And the problem with that is that I didn't know how to get it going again. I really thought I flooded it because I was going up a hill. And you know, it sounds weird that you would flood a tractor while you're going up the hill, but that's just what I thought it was. And then I kept cranking it. It was turning over, but nothing was catching, right? So the mower hasn't been started in days, almost a week now. So I took this apart, and my family friend and I, Chris, along with my father, we've come to the conclusion that there's no power being delivered to the spark plugs. This is a V-twin, so there is another set of another spark plug on this side, and the spark plugs get its power from the coil right here. So this coil takes, it basically generates its own electricity. It is not attached right now, but these would go into these screws right here. And as the flywheel would spin around, it's a little hard to spin around with one hand, especially when the engine is not on. It would create contact with this metal thing, with this metal line here, which is a little rusty, but I used some sandpaper to get the rust off. So I believe that my coil has failed. So the coil has two output electrical lines going from it. It actually has this one too, but I believe that's a ground. But we're looking at these two thick insulated lines. One goes to this spark plug and the other one goes to the other spark plug. So I believe that's our issue, and that's what we're going to be fixing today. So really step one for doing this would be to access the coil, but I've already taken off all the exterior parts that cover up the coil, so now we've actually uncovered it. And really, I guess step one from this point is to take apart the power lines that go to the spark plugs. That's one, that's two, boom. So we can actually leave the spark plugs in. They were put in a few weeks ago when I did the wheels. Yeah, now it's just time to take that coil out. Alright, so the coil is now completely free. See this? You can actually take the coil, and I'm just actually going to set it down right there on the foot plate because we do not need that right now. And you may be asking why I have a box of matches here. Well, that is just so I can test the thickness and make sure that the coil, when we put the new one in, is not too far away or too close. So it should be about the outside of the matchbox length. But now we got our new coil. It came pretty fast. So, yep, this is it. Do we have another wire? No, we do not. That might be a problem. I might have to put something together for that. Oh, yeah, it looks like it comes with a little thing right there. So this little, come on, focus. So that, see that little white nub that Sorry for the car in the background. The white nub that's hanging out with the hole in the middle. Right there. Come on, focus, focus. That, I think, is where we're going to hook up this black wire to. So I'm just going to have to detach that from here. Yep, see how it has that connection, and that has a white nub as well. So I'm sorry, I'm not the best at vlogging. This video was kind of supposed to be like one of those vlogs or one of those videos you'd see that car people do, but I am not the best at doing vlogs, so I do apologize for that. But yeah, I thought this would be an interesting video because my coil failed and I wasn't sure, and I still am not sure if my mower will ever run again. So yeah, this is interesting to find out. Alright, so I temporarily took these two, oh, they can be hand tightened, or hand loosened, yeah. So I temporarily put these two back in when I took the mower apart back on Sunday. Basically, now that that's out, we could put our new coil in it. And if you look at the coil, you'll notice that these spaces for the screws to go into are not perfectly circular. So what that's going to allow us to do is to find the right spot. So see, these screws can actually move within. That's going to allow us to find the right spot to put our coil. And that's why I have that matchbox to measure it. So right now, I'm going to set my coil down. I'm going to try and not bend any of the spark plug wires. But I think right there should be good, because I think that is the length that I remember. But remember, you want to measure twice and screw once. So I'm going to keep hand tightening these screws. And one thing that I would like to mention, this is actually very, very important, is that make sure that you don't just check this coil while it's in one position, because your flywheel may not be perfectly circular. You know, it may not be a perfectly symmetrical circle. So you really want to make sure that when you tighten this coil down and you turn that flywheel, you aren't going to get any bad readouts, because you don't want this metal making contact with that metal on the flywheel, because it'll corrode your metal and cause a horrific sound and sparks and loss of power and all types of problems I'm sure you guys would not want to deal with. One thing I am going to do is, here's our old coil. This was our connection. We're going to take this connection out. Oh yeah, we're definitely taking this connection out. I just don't want it. Okay, so the connection is out. Boom. Now here's our wire, right? This is our wire that we really don't know what it does, but it goes to something in the carburetor. It might just be a control or something for the sparks. And now that's going to go on that connector, and this wire is going to get threaded back and go to that connection. So now I'm going to thread these spark plug wires to go to the spark plug, and we should be good to go in a few moments. Stay tuned. Now you may be saying, Matt, how do I know what spark plug cable goes to which spark plug? Does it matter? Well, it probably does, but me being the guy who's not really sure, I'm going to say that whatever wire is the longer one goes to the spark plug that's opposite where the coil is. So in this instance, the coil is on the right side of the mower, and the spark plug cable that is on the underside of the coil is longer. So that's going to have more reach to go to the left side of the motor, right? So that's what I'm going to do, and hopefully we won't have any problems. Connection. So if your mower does have this wire, it is very easy to take this off, this connector off of the old coil, which attached right here. So you just pop that off of there, put it on the new coil, and then just thread it the way it came. And here's the connection it has to connect to, and I'm going to put the camera down so I can do that, because I will need two hands for this. Well, that was probably the easiest connection I've ever done in my life. Probably could have done it with just one finger, so I do apologize for putting the camera down, but that connection is in place. So both black wires are connected. Your spark plug line is in on the right. and the spark plug line is in on the left. So before I put anything back together, there's just one thing we got to do, and that is attempt to start this puppy up. Alright, so I've got my hashtag not sponsored jumper set hooked up to the battery. Remember, red to red, black to black, positive to positive, negative to negative. So I'm going to set the camera down in the spot, and I really hope this works, guys. I really hope this works. Remember, make sure that your coil is not touching the flywheel. That is going to cause a corrosion on your coil, and you do not want that to happen. Okay, I put some starter fluid in it. I know this is not the best angle to be watching someone start a tractor from. That's what I got for you guys. Yeah, let's give this a shot. Alrighty, everybody. Well, this is I was gonna say a little bit of a disappointment, but now that I'm thinking about it, this is a pretty big disappointment, because the coil, I really assumed that would be the problem, and we still don't know what the problem is, if the coil is good or not, or if we have another malfunction in the system. I'm starting to think it's the LED lights, but I really don't think it is, because the LED lights take a direct power feed right off of the battery, and the spark plugs get their power from the flywheel, because the coil makes contact with the flywheel, and we know that the spark plugs weren't getting power with the old coil. So I'm gonna run some tests with our family friend Chris. I think he'll be around later after work. So I am sorry that we were not able to get ignition on this upload, but I will see you guys for the next upload with an update. So I am sorry about this. Is the mower dead? I don't know. There's no start. Is there no hope? I have faith. Do you guys? Let me know in the comments below. And if you guys have any tips, I know I'm Matt Strains and Tractors, but maybe you guys know something that I don't know. So let me know. I'll see you guys in the next video. Remember to stay safe and stay tuned.